Fredo, you're my older brother, and I love you. But don't ever take sides with anyone against the family again.
What's up? It's Jimmy C. Look, I found yeah, you're on the right channel. It's still comic books, but I found the Godfather magazine. I thought how cool to kick it off. So, I was at the Clifton show in North Jersey. We were off Monday, the last Monday, Martin Luther King, so I said, screw it. Let me go on Sunday. Even if it eats up half the day, I'm still off the next day. So, I actually, I went there to sell a couple of books, which I did. But I did that the last minute. I actually wound up buying a bunch of shit. And I'm like, what am I doing? I came here to sell. And meanwhile, I just dropped a bunch of money. And I didn't sell the books. But I got lucky at the last... Right before I left, the dealer took the books I had. So it was a score. I left with $200. Anyway, let me show you what I got. Some really cool stuff. Not just comics. But I don't know if anyone... I never played when I was... Look, I got some Dungeons and Dragons modules. So I guess it's like, you know, these are like... extra stories. I liked Dungeons and Dragons growing up, but I never really got to play because, you know, nobody really wanted to play. I played like in 6th grade, like maybe a handful of times, and then it just never happened again. So I was always interested in it. I'd always read all the books, but like I had no one to play with, so it was weird. But anyway, I found all these things. So cool. This one's brand new. It's never been opened. A 30-year-old, 35-year-old module. Which one is that? Assault on the Ares of the Slave Lords. It's crazy stuff. This one's the UK, Beyond the Crystal Cave. I actually sold this on eBay like in 10 seconds. So I hate when you know it's low. It's awesome when you get a sale, but when you sell it so fast, you're like, shit, did I price it wrong? But you know, I comp the prices, and unless I'm missing something, because I don't know anything about this stuff. It just has a nostalgia sweet spot. Here's a cool one. Old school, Gary Gygax, he's the one who created and founded Dungeons and Dragons. What is that? The Barrier Peaks. Then I got this one, Inferno. And then, so the Dungeons and Dragons was made by, it's called TSR was the company back then. They, I guess it was getting popular, so look, got Marvel. They did Marvel role-playing games. That I remember owning and reading too, but yet again, I had no one to play with. I feel like Rudolph. But what great artwork. Craven, with Daredevil, Black Widow, Power Man, Iron Fist, Lone Wolves. And then this one, more of like a gritty street thug type thing. Marvel superheroes, you got Hammerhead. So, let me take that down. You know, like, I mentioned in the last video, you know, you're always searching for the next bigger book and, like, you lose the high. Finding this stuff, it's not comics per se, but, like, it was so exciting. And, like, it gave me a glimpse of remembering what it was like to hunt for, like, you know, small books and just pick up a $5 book and be like, genuinely happy and still getting that, you know, that endorphin release. You know, 'cause, you know, it's like anything else, you know, you chase bigger books. Anyway, let me go. This is, you know, who knows? This is, like, cool random stuff. Somebody somewhere is looking for these two manuals, I bet. And this guy had them, so I just grabbed it as part of the stack. And last but not least, I can't wait to read this. I remember this cover, but I never owned it. I'm sure it's a good graphic novel. Same thing with The Vault. I'm so sorry I sold it. The Vault, where Venom and the inmates break out, that was a good read too. You know, like 10 years ago, I sold a bunch of stuff. I just had no desire to be in comics, and I just had all this random stuff, and I just sold it all. But anyway, so all those books I just showed you, the Dungeons and Dragons, and this, 40 beans. Can you believe it? The guy, like, you know, this guy, he always takes care of me. He's, I don't want to get into it, but anyway, he takes care of me. It's awesome. He's got random stuff. Not only was it only $40, look what he gave me for free. Like, he bundled it in. He said, don't worry about it. You know what? I'm not going to go one by one. He gave me 5 XFactor #1s, all near mint. 2 Elf Quests. And then, last but not least, Forgotten Realms. So, Forgotten Realms, I guess it's a D&D themed event. I don't know why I picked up the omnibuses from In-Stock Trades. They were like $20 each, $18 each. And I figured, oh, you know, like I like Dungeons and Dragons. And I'm reading it. It's just such a fun read. I mean, Rags Morales is the artist in the first book, first like 15 issues. It's not the best artist, but like he gets the job done. It's a lighthearted adventure, classic Dungeons and Dragons. So anyway, like I'm trying to find some artwork. It's dirt cheap, which is awesome, and like that's the one good thing. But it's hard to find it. But if I see the issues, I'm going to start picking them up just to have it. It's only 25 issues total, so that's an easy set to complete, and you can probably get them in quarter 50-cent bins. It'll be my first complete run. So last but not least, I got this from the guy. He wanted 30. See, and on the back he has the price he thinks it's worth, and on the front he has the price he puts it for. So he's like, it's worth 50, but I'm giving it to you for 30. And I offered him 10. I said, come on, I spent money with you already. And he's like, no, take a walk. So I went back, I gave him 15 for it, and I was super happy, because it's a nice book. And once the Boba Fett movie drops, like in a year or two, this book's going to go up big time, I think. But, I didn't check under the hood. Classic junior rookie mistake. Middle staples popped, and it's taped, and it gets better. There's a hole through the whole book. So I'm going to show him when I go back. I'm not going to get my money back. I'll just get $15 worth of whatever he brings the next show. But as you can see, look what I got for 40. For 15, I'll do damage. Plus, I'll throw some fresh money on top. So it'll be fine. I don't foresee it being an issue. You guys not going to cry. And what else did I get? So here, I got my next... I got one other batch from Clifton. I'll go through them real fast. So I got Forgotten Realms issue number 2. Like I told you, I was... I want to start picking up the series. It's a fun read. If anyone likes Dungeons and Dragons, playing it or just whatever, it's it's lighthearted. It moves fast. Anyway, let's go. I got The Violent number 1. Funny story. I was gonna buy most of this guy's artwork from this series. The artist, I did a deal with him for $2,000 for 3 covers, 4 splashes. Four title pages, 3 interiors, and he was gonna put my last name, work it into the book, like on a book of matches or on a storefront. And I gave him $2,000, and then he was crying about goods and service. He wanted me to send him an extra 100, and I said, listen, I don't do business like that. I don't know you. Take a walk. You eat the 3%. And he said, fine. And then I didn't hear from this guy for like a month, 2 months. And, I get it, artists have deadlines and whatever, but his deadline is the book. So it's not like he's doing a commission for me where I have to wait 6 months, a year or more. Horror stories. Once he's done with the art, he needs to get the book done. And then once he's done with the artwork for the book, send it to me. It's just that he didn't even shoot me an email once. I wrote him 3 times, he ignored me. So I said, you know what, bro, deal's off. I says, I don't know what you're used to, but, I just handed you $2,000 in a day. I didn't say boo, so... I'm not happy, and he tried to write me back telling me, listen, you have 2 options. You can either do this or that. I said, how about option 3? Go fuck yourself. And I just filed a charge back with PayPal, and I won instantly. I love the guys dictating to me my options like he's the boss. Anyway, I'm off on a tangent. So I grabbed those books. Starjammers, X-Men Spotlight one. This was just a throw-in. I have no idea what this is. Let's keep going. Oh, and then I grabbed some Goblin action, Spectacular Spider-Man. This is a nice copy, even though they're all loose, these books. It's all from the same dealer, Spidey Goes Cosmic. This is a $10 book if it's near mint. What else did I get? I grabbed some more Spectacular Spider-Man. I grabbed them loose. So I could read them. Like, I love when the comics are loose and they're not near mint, so like I could read them in peace, and I'm like OCD. Like, if the book's perfect, I don't even want to touch it or take it out. Grabbed one more spec. I'm not really going for a run. I'm just, if I see them for cheap, I'll pick them up. Like, and I mean cheap, I mean less than $1, or I won't even touch them. And then I got the issue 1's missing, but I have it. But the guy had the whole set of the Green Goblin run where Ben Ulrich became Green Goblin. So I said, let me grab it. I'm probably not even going to read it, but you know what? As a Goblins fan, I should have it. And then to round it up, let me just time check. Ooh, we're 10 minutes already. Let me wrap it up. Grabbed these couple copies of Witches. I grabbed Miss Marvel 1. It's probably, like, I don't know, 3rd, 4th, or 5th print. But for the price I paid, like, why not? I don't know. I like the hoopla. Got Grendel number 1. This is a random book. Nothing much. Hit Monkey number 1. It's not his first appearance. It's Deadpool 22, where Spidey's stepping on Deadpool, the white cover. I got this. This caught my eye. Vampirella. I saw it. I said, this got to be J. Scott Campbell, and I opened it up, and yeah, it was. Usually I look for the signature, but this is cool. Have people seen this book before? I don't know. Those people who love J. Scott Campbell. I grabbed this. I don't even know what this is, but it's anything, Trump cover swipe. Trump and Donkey Kong mixed together. How could I not? How could I leave it there? And last but not least, not last, but I also picked up first cameo appearance of Onslaught, I believe, or he's mentioned. I forget. It's not his first full appearance. It's either the cameo or he's first mention of Onslaught. And last but not least, Nemesis number 1. This was a crazy miniseries. I read it a long time ago. I just remember it being funny and brutal. And with Mark him selling to Netflix, you never know. This might be popping up on Netflix. This is something like up their alley. I guess that's it. Jimmy C said, "Oh, you know what? I got a little not a tip, but so for people looking to buy a slab and press it and clean it and regrade it, I've noticed the market. If you got the money, you get a first appearance of Moon Knight. If you can get a 9.6, they go for about $4,000. The Marvel whatever 32, the first Moon Knight. You get a 9.6 and you crack it, clean it, press it. If you pull the 9.8, the book's $15,000. So risk reward out there right now. That one is one I identified as like a pretty good risk reward. Worst case. You spend $4,000, you lose, you spend another $200-300 to get it professionally cleaned. If you go to CGC's presser and cleaner, you're spending in like $150, and then to regrade it's another $100-150. But it's instantly a $15,000 book. You just tripled your money, and if you don't, then you're in it for $4,500. You just hold it, and it'll go up. You still got a 9.6, so. That's my one to grow on Saturday morning public service announcement. That's it. Jimmy C signing off. Hope all's well. Shout out New York Warriors. I enjoyed passively watching in the background. You hawk your books and have some fun with everybody doing shots and whatnot. Hopefully I'll see you guys soon. That's it. Talk to you guys later. Bye.